Greetings and salutations, one and all. It's me, Robert Phoenix. I'm just talking funny because I'm a little hoarse today. Um, been last night, man. I don't know. Maybe it's monkeypox. Maybe I'm boxing with monkeypoxing. But I started to get a sore throat last night, and I loaded up on a bunch of supplements, which seemed to help. Right? You know that moment where you're like, "Oh shit, I'm getting sick," right? And you think you can beat it, and you sort of load up, and you're like, "Okay, here we go. Go get them," and then you get sicker, right? It's like, oh no, I really thought I had this, and then, yeah. Well, that didn't happen. Um, so I'm actually a little better than status quo from that experience. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's the lovely and talented one was in the funk. She was in the funk this weekend. So it happens, right? All right, Kabuki Theaters here. KZ, Gypsy. What's happening? Kabuki Theater 1, Gypsy 2, EJ Pebblestone. What's going on, Lara? Kelly B, probably will make a show today. Daughter has a doctor appointment. All right. I hope the daughter's doctor appointment is easy breezy. Mary Lee, very chilly in Las Vegas. We read the east and south of a very early and cold fall this year. Let's hope they don't fuck with the energy prices. Let's see, Queen Lisa checking in from Florida, North Florida. It isn't here yet. So she's still dealing with a little heat. Probably some humidity. Jackie Delario's here. It's more of a September day here in South Jersey. Much cooler and the air is crisp. Liddy Lou. She's in bikini. And it's hot. It was fucking hot here yesterday. Maya Rose. Hola from Mexico. Nora Rashid, the queen of speed, pedal to the metal. Good morning from Albuquerque. Definitely the Wild West. You're getting ready for another busy day at work. These boots are made for walking. There's Barbara. Greetings, Barbara. Nunya. Hello, Nunya. 512 in the house. There's Scott Jersey. Hi, Scott. Good to see your thumbnail. Randy Herrera. It's hot here in Sin City. Yes, the heat is on in Vegas. Sweet Woodruff checking in from the DFW. Buenos dias. Aaron L. is here. Hey, Robert Phoenix. Hi, Robert. Greetings to you. Liddy Lou said, I just saw Tulsi Gabbard was put on the terror watch list by Biden, Kennedy, and Kamala for saying K is too weak to stand up to pressures from the military-industrial complex. Well, if you watch the DNC last night, whoa. Fucking scary. I think the country's it's in breakup mode. Really, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like it's in breakup mode. I don't know how we're going to bridge the divide. I don't know how we're going to span the gap of this canyon-wide set of differences on how we interface with reality. I don't see the path towards any kind of synthesis or resolution. And when you get into that extreme duality and polarity, People are very easily manipulated. Let's see, who else do we have here? Christina Churzak. Hi, Christina. There's my man, Ryan, who sent me a very cool DJ kind of cut up of a Kenny Rogers song yesterday. It's very cool. We were talking about DJs and turntablism over on 15 Minutes, but the conversation is fairly eclectic and wide-ranging. Peaches was at war with me this morning. You were at war with me, weren't you? You were at war with me. You were coming after my headphone wires. You declared war on them, didn't you? Yes, you did. Peaches is always, she has her ritual. Food, poop, my lap on the show. Set it like a clock. Yes. Yeah, you know what's important. Hierarchy of needs. Food, poop, me. Let's see. Did I say hi to Christina? Hi, Christina. See your love, light, perpetual wellness, all you cyber cunts. I second that emotion. By the way, shout out to my first wife. It's her birthday today. That's right. Susan, wherever you are, I hope you have found the bliss and the happiness and the oneness with God that you have been looking for all of your life. Let's see who else we have. Rolanda. I just finished my coffee. I have a tiny sip with maybe a little bit of grounds in it. Rolanda, always for you. The last sip is always for you. At least it seems to be that way. Maria de Ange, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. There's my man Steve, door by the door. We figured out that Steve does not like Tony yesterday. So ladies, don't put that song on if you're hanging out with Thor. Not into it. Miss Nikki, hi Miss Nikki. There she is, the lovely and talented one, saving Austin one tooth at a time. Dr. Jones. Tom Jordan in the house. Darlene. So I talked with a man, Ferris, yesterday, and we're gonna premiere Astro Dads today, and it's gonna happen at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the reason why we're doing it at 5 p.m. is number one, it's 3 p.m. for Ferris, which means that he can probably watch it and not get well, he's got some kid duty, I think. I don't know. But it's gonna be 5 p.m. I was off a little bit yesterday. I thought Kamala was going to speak, and that was it. That they were going to end this fucking nightmare that they've been trotting out every night. But it's tonight, and I don't know if you have been paying attention, but yours truly talked on Sunday night about the moon moving through her 10th house. And it hitting, not only transiting Saturn, but her Chiron. And I said there's two possibilities for Harris with that transit. One is that she's able to ride the crest of illusion and sort of zoom on out of that convention like a witch on her broom, or there's a scandal, and I think it's a scandal. There's something going on with Harris. She was not there last night. She wasn't there the night before. 2 nights in a row, she's not there. So let me show you this. I have this over. I put it up over on Twitter, and there's a couple things, right? There's a couple things. And remember, Doug, her dude. I'm not even sure what to call him. Like, are they even fucking married? Like, is there a marriage certificate? I'm serious about this. Is there a marriage certificate that shows them that they're wed in holy matrimony? I don't know. But for the sake of demonstration. We'll say that they are. But let me show you this. Okay, this is what I wrote last night over on X, and she looks fucked up. Look at her. She looks. This is when she wouldn't get out of her chair. I mean, there were a couple times she got out of her chair, and look at this look. Like, this is a really, I love looking at pictures and breaking pictures down. Tim Waltz, he is not into this. I brought this up the other day, and I think sometimes he has the perpetual clown frown, but he is not into this. And look at Doug. Doug's a little jelly. He's a little jelly. And Kamala is, look, she's got that look, man. She's got that look. And look at the chart. This is what we're talking about right there. There's the moon. There's Chiron. There's Saturn. Right? Saturn's going to come back and hit her Chiron. It's retrograding right under her Chiron. Yeah, this is going to be a weird transit for her. They got issues. I'm telling you right now, they have issues. The other thing I wanted to show you guys before I go too deep into the show is what the Democrats have done with their logo. And I was watching this. I think I was watching like Michelle, who looks like a fucking linebacker. Here we go. You see what they've done here? They've taken the Aquarius symbol and they've incorporated it into their logo. And I think it was she's in here. Let's see. Got 41 likes. That's pretty good. This Dan, look at Dan, North Node Dan. That's funny, dunce. 2024. That's good. That's good. Very clever, Dan. Very, very clever. But it was I See You, Franny, who was on the Sunday night show, and she made a comment that the DNC did use an astrologer for guidance. Well, look at that. That's some Bernaysian Alinsky kind of shit. And Alinsky was an Aquarian. That'd be a good song. Alinsky, like one of those dark folk songs. Alinsky was an Aquarian, a kind of social contrarian. He had a plan to enslave all mankind. Let's see who else is here. Hi, Claire. It's always nice to see Claire. I'm going to put Claire's comment up there. Hello, Claire. Let's see who else we have here. Michael, 801 brother. Man, you've been pushed down. He's not bad in leadoff. I don't know. He might be coming off the bench today. PMSO. There is Janine. Hi, Janine. Good to see you. Janine always doing God's work. Laura E. Chile, Vermont. You guys, man, I'm envious, man. It's like hot as Hades here still. Ooh. Lisa Ann White. We got the law in the house. Jeff Roseanne. What's going on, brother Jeff? Good to see you. Barbara Boots. Anyone thoughts on the news that Elon Musk bought Google? Wow. Elon Musk is becoming emperor of the world. Why would they let him buy all these companies? You would think that there'd be some kind of hue and cry about, let's see, look at this, about monopolies, because there usually are. Did Elon Musk buy Google? There's a video that says it's an Elon Musk fan zone. Elon Musk bought Google. I think it is a rumor and not a real story. There's a rumor that he might be buying YouTube. All right, so it's out there. He's also foreclosing on Gene Wilder's old house. And I don't know what that means. Gene Wilder is no longer with us. Sigurd, I endured the Walt speech. It was the bio-spiritual equivalent listening to Bruce Willis album in a jacuzzi full of rat oil. That might be the quote of the year. Oh, you are a better human than I. You know, people ask me, are you watching the convention? I said, fuck no, I don't watch the fucking convention. I get clips. You know, I get the salient clips. I can't watch that shit. You know why? I'll tell you why I can't watch it. Because I'll throw something through the TV. I can't. It's just like I can't. And also, I did not watch the RNC. So just I need to be on the record with that. I did not watch the RNC. And for some of the same reasons, by the way. I can only there are certain things that as a Scorpio rising I can handle. These are things that a lot of other people can't handle, and I'm okay with that. But I can't always handle that, and I'll tell you why. It's because there's very little I can do about it. Right? I'll get all riled up, and then I'll have to untie the knots in my brain, probably talk about it to help untie them more. And then that's it, right? There's nothing I can do about it because, you know. So I will take homeopathic doses of it in these clips, show them to you, and that's how I deal with it. Like, I got to be honest. I have to be honest with you. Most major events I do not watch. I did not watch the Olympics. Not one single moment of the Olympics. And, you know, I know people loved it and were into it. I was not there. I was not going to be witness to any of it. I watched the Super Bowl only because my 49ers were playing, but if they're not playing, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. If the Warriors aren't playing, I'm not watching the NBA championships. I just don't. World Series, I don't watch it anymore. I don't watch major events. It's like, can't do it. Like I'm just tapped out of that world. I'll get some clips or whatever. I'll kind of dose on it, but I just can't go there. It's not healthy. Sigurd, you're a better man than I. You did endure it. I hope you have some kind of remedy for this. Yes, please come on over to the 11th house. Sign in. Join up. The 11th house army. Jeff Rosen, a very salient comment. You know, the sun always rises, and I do agree with Jeff on this. Moon Sprout's here. Hi, Moon Sprout. Integrity and Karma. I had Integrity and Karma stitches last time on Twitter. Glemma Spank. What's going on, Glemma? Sandy D. Hi, Sandy D. Harriet Bowie. Hey. Jill Wong. Mexico. You know what I want? I want somebody from China to be a part of the chat. I want somebody from China. Come on, China. Come on, China. Mary Grethner, Janice Phillips, she got them goats milked already. Yeah, Janice Phillips, Hardy Pioneer stock. Janice Phillips would be a first round draft choice in around 1800. Janice Phillips would be a hot commodity, probably still a hot commodity. 1800, man. Janice Phillips is like gold in the mother lode. Let's see who else we have here. I took some of that. There he is. There's the man right there, Astro Dad. But don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Misbehaving to you. What's happening? PB. PB. Garden Girl, it definitely happens. Platinum Happiness, she's back on her feet. Just my body getting rid of icky stuff. That's why I probably don't need to watch more Democratic Convention. More icky stuff. Hope you don't have monkey hoax. Me too, Sinzef. Tetris effect. Why are Virgos so greasy? I don't know. I'm not a typical Virgo. I am not a typical Virgo. I don't think you should judge all Virgos by me. Really don't. There are Virgos in this chat who are not greasy. I'll let you know that. I'm a small sample size. Let's see who else we have here. Vitamin is one. Vitamin I. Vitamin I. Yes, I've had some vitamin I. I know what you're talking about. Let's see. Amy Gill is here. Hi, Amy. Yes, if you feel so inclined, you can buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you, Ryan, and thank you for everybody who has purchased coffees. Look at Brandy come to the aid. Look at that. Brandy comes to the aid. Oh, look at Tetris. Tetris. Yep. Let's see. The dragons are slippery snakes. What are the slippery snakes? We're ruled by Mercury. Come on. We're fluid. We're mutable. Let's see. I took care of that for the rest of the group. Let's see. Just before the breakup, when everyone goes insane. Yes. Yes. I took care of him. I blasted him. Me and Steve. We're like the fucking immune system for this chat. We're the white blood cells. That's racist. That is racist. Yes. I'm open for business. I do readings. And I do enjoy them. Tree's Garden. Hi, Tree. Hi, Tree. Let's see. Peachy's not getting big. Peachy is tiny forever. Nicole DePaulo. Hi, Nicole. How are you? Amy's sister had in Buffalo, Wyoming, had to evacuate due to fires. Uh-oh. Not good. Triple S Secret Soul Services here. Look at Claire did 10,000 steps by the sea. Oh, that's lovely. I'd like to do that. 10,000 steps here is not very inspiring. It's a bunch of houses in a country subdivision, country western subdivision. Who else do we have? Anybody else? 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 She has been MIA. That's the that is the clip for today's show on Rumble and, of course, Boxcast. So if you want to look at my show, there it is. Kamala Harris, missing in action. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Hey, look, I got 972 followers. I need 23 people to go over to Rumble and just follow right there. Just follow. Let's get this thing up into 4 digits today. Can you do that for me? I don't ask very much. By the way, I was called a YouTube prophet and digital cult leader. This is the most uncult cult ever. Tucker and Jason Whitlock are doing a live stream during her speech. So that's what I'm going to do for like 5 p.m. So we can all sit back. I'd watch that. I'd watch that. Interesting about Harris. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Fears more hype for her rival because she's such a well. That's how they'll spin it. She's got issues. She's got issues. I think both things can be equally true. They're using the Katie Hobbs campaign playbook, and it's not working. Let's see. Moira. Hi, Moira. We got a Kanya Curtis sighting. Hi, Kanya. Look at that. Woohoo. Very good at astrology, by the way. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Almost done. Michelle is absolute hoss. Man. Well spotted. Aquarius logo. Your boy. Your boy. Your boy. Let's see. Who else do we have here? Lewinsky's mom should have swallowed. That might be right up there with Seaver's quote from earlier today. I like that. Just made my eyes water. Can't even blame Pisces moon. No, he has not bought Google. There's a rumor. He didn't buy Google. But he is foreclosing on Gene Wilder's house, even though Gene Wilder's dead. I'm sure the ghost of Gene Wilder might still be living there. I don't know how he feels about it. The DNC is whimsical escapism from the UK gulag. You know, it's all about perspective, isn't it? You know, one person's entertainment, one person's let's see, what would the word I be using for? One person's demoralization is another person's Calgon take me away moment. There you go. Believe it or not. I'm with you, Robert. Such a psyop. Elon bought Twitter X, not Google. Thank you, Mr. Gray No More. I knew that he had a managing stake in Google, but I'm sorry, Twitter. But you had BlackRock, you had Vanguard, you had State Street. All those companies were partners with Elon. He had the majority share, which when you look at all those partners isn't a crazy amount. Like I think the majority share was like 20% or something because of how it was all divided. Question: who is watching? Ms. B82 says I can't watch the shit shows. I can't. I'll get violent. It's been years since I've been violent. I don't like getting violent. I can't watch the charade. Vigilant Fox produces great top 10 clips. Good. I'm glad somebody's doing it. Steve Kerr. I'm going to talk about Steve Kerr today, as well as Kamala. I have cracked the Kerr code. I cracked the Kerr code. So if you have, I can't stand Steve Kerr. He's the coach of the Golden State Warriors. He is the most one of the most virulent anti-2A people in this country. And the thing I can't stand about Steve Kerr is he's dishonest. He will not even have a dialogue, or he will discuss it. Like he just says this is the most moral stance that can be taken and should not have to be debated. And therefore he keeps himself out of that space of having to really test his ideas. And I figured out why he is the way he is. I've been working on this for a couple days. Like you'll see it. You'll see it. Yeah. People are not. I don't watch this shit. You guys are in the same boat. You know, Tree says Tim Waltz reminds me of cross between Uncle Fester, Don Ripples, and Steve Martin. It's not a bad combination. I compared him to Rip Taylor, who was. There were two people on the Tonight Show that were strange. Like you would never see people like them today, but they were strangely popular because of their persona. And I don't even think Rip Taylor had an act, although he might have. His act was coming on the Carson Show with confetti. Like he was totally like outlandish, outrageous, gay, and they loved it. They loved Rip Taylor because he was so over the top. He's kind of Rip Taylor. The other guy was Foster Brooks, who had a great stand-up comedy act. He pretended to be a drunk. Like it's hard to pretend to be a drunk and get it. Hiccups and like he fucking nailed it. He was never drunk, and he had a whole routine around being drunk. I'm going to say right now, Foster Brooks is underrated as far as stand-up comedians go. Like try, holding a drunk character without being drunk for like 20 minutes and stay in character. It's not easy. And drunk people think they're really funny, and a lot of times they're not funny, and he was. Orlando's 5'5" Cherokee mixed with German. There you go. Let's see. Rich J. The Chinese will be coming after Peachy. Rich, please don't put that thought in my head. And Terry Carver, it's true. I was getting it caught up. So there's this lovely woman on Twitter, Tara Green. She's a Canadian astrologer, tarot reader, and she was working in her garden, and she got bit by something, and her thumb was like really distended. And she said, "I know. Does anybody know what I need to do, or did anybody know about this, or what I need to do?" And I replied, "Terry, you're going to need to lose that thumb." That got Interior Karma laughing. Tells you a bit of a hurt. Justice Moody, what's happening, Justice? Let's see. There's not love with this DNC. It's a strange love. Strange love. Claire forgets that I'm a Virgo. Feel your rising. Always seem to feel people's rising and moon more. So you would feel my diplomatic darkness. That's what you would feel. Sun Trekker Thompson, what's happening? My husband is Virgo, Scorpio rising. He's very greasy, but he's also Italian. I don't think of myself as greasy. And this is not a diss to your husband. I don't think of myself as greasy. There are people in chat that know me. They've been around me, and they would vouch for the fact that I'm not greasy. However, I'm not always the best housekeeper. I think Virgo is ruled by Chiron. I have to think about that. Peter Byone, I'm way behind. I'm way behind the clock there. We're just going to do a show, just nothing but me talking to you today. You're much more interesting than what's going on in the world. Virgos made great mechanics. Nobody would ever confuse me with a great mechanic. I've turned a wrench. I've done a few things. I could change a tire. I could change oil. I've done those things. I've replaced some things in my car, even engine parts, when they were replaceable. Is that something that I aspire to do? No. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because as a Virgo, I hate getting my hands into very tight places and having to do shit with my hands in tight places with things that don't always move. And when they move, your hand will suddenly jerk, hit a part of the engine, and a chunk of skin will fall off. I'm not fond of that. I'm okay. I'm a projector. I'm okay with paying somebody to do that, even though I probably could do some of it. Let's see. Who else do we have here? The link for Boxcast. Barbara needs the link for Boxcast. Okay. Ask and ye shall receive. There's the Virgo in me right there. Always willing to serve. Let's see. What else do we have here? Classic health, the rules abide in Virgo in my family. Can't see the forest for the trees. Let's see. Blood here. Beautiful weather in New Hampshire. I bet. Havana Blast. Rumble is better. It's all there. You got choices. You got choices. That's what I'm here for. I'm ahead of my time. I'm honestly, can I just have an authentic moment here? I'm not bragging, but it's true. I've always been ahead of my time. I'm not bragging. Like when I was in school, like high school, like I was listening to music like nobody had ever fucking heard of. Right? I was watching movies nobody had ever seen. I was reading books nobody would ever touch. And that's not a testament to how good I was, because there were other parts of my life where I was very, very stunted and dwarfed. But in that area, I was on time. Patty Kincaid, you're going now. Okay, bye, Patty. I'm sorry. I fucked around too much this morning. Let me get serious. There's so many interesting people here. L. Foxworth just joined us. Price control. Yeah, really, Rich, you bring up a good point. Where did the price control stop? Like, that's what I was wondering too. I was wondering the same thing about price. Like, what's the price control scale? Whitney Palm checking in. If I feel moved to please lift the Leo King, David Palmer, up in prayer. Well, my brother David, whatever's going on in your life, I hope that the great and loving arms of the universe are there to embrace you as you face whatever current dilemma you have in your life with openness, humility, grace, and receptivity. And may God bless you and your family in all that is done from this moment forward. Strength and power to you, my friend. Strength and power. All right, I got to say hi to Jay, and I think I got to do something. I think I got to start talking about astrology because the show's going to be over. Great 15 minutes in. Did not know about Walt being involved in counterfeiting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, Virgos are good investigators. Yes, we have our moments. Virginia Dare, I was trolling the DNC chat last night, the only channel that allowed a live chat. Oh, that must have been fun. Cars despise me. Every engine I've gone near has bit me like an angry minx. Peter Bynum says, I have a Virgo stellium. I'm terrible at mechanical stuff. Bill Brockman is a fellow Virgo. That is exactly the reason why, right? Like, it's like if they made it simpler and easier, shit, I'm all over it. Give me the engine. But it's hard. And it didn't get easier when they decided to make things more difficult with computers and all this other shite. All right, let's do this. We got to get going. I've never started this late, but you guys are just so interesting. All right, here we go. It's now. This is now. So one of the things I talked about yesterday, sometimes I don't even remember what I talk about, but people remind me. And I talked about this apologia moment. And apparently Cat Turd apologized for, basically smacking down on somebody he should have smacked down on. Good for Cat Turd. Brian Flores, in an indirect way, kind of apologized to Tua Tagovailoa. And then my man Salty Cow told me that one of the things I talked about were people kind of retreating in their position from the Harris GOP ticket. And apparently, there's a wave of like athletes and sort of black influencers that are just denouncing this shit out of Harris and what's going on. So it's always interesting to find these things happening in real time. And the astrology is on point, on money, right? It's on the money. So we're still in that grand trine with Venus and Pluto, although, let's see, Venus is just 9 degrees. It's just kind of almost out of that orb. It's really in the orb with Uranus. So, kind of more of the same today in terms of partnership, relationship, the sudden nature of it all, the resolution of perhaps deep and abiding trauma happening very quickly. I just felt like Trump. I just had a Trump channel moment. I felt him inside me. It was weird. Yeah. And it's okay. Like, there's something about this Venus-Uranus trine which neutralizes the critical nature of Venus in Virgo. There's more latitude. There's more of an open aperture. Unless you're a dickhead in chat, in which case you'll be blasted into the netherworld. We run a very tight cult here. Very tight cult. Okay. The sun is at 29 Leo. It's right at the end. Right at the end of Leo. Happy birthday, Rolando Orzabal. Tears for Fears. It's his birthday today. What else? Mercury still creeping backwards and butting up against Uranus. You know what happened yesterday? I'll give you a Mercury retrograde Uranus square moment. And I'm not a huge fan of Jack Posobiec, but he was at the DNC and he was trolling Eric Holder. I don't know if I'm going to play the video. I don't know if you guys saw this, but he was jumping all over Eric Holder for not vetting Tim Walz and Stolen Valor. And Eric Holder lost his shit. He said something like, "Fuck you, you stupid, ignorant man." Good. Listen, if this person gets elected, if they get elected, they're going to bring back everything that is like the worst version. You didn't get the worst version of Obama with Biden, right? Biden has a lot of longtime insiders and people that were part of Obama. But Merrick Garland will go. He'll be gone. And Eric Holder will be the attorney general again. Rahm Emanuel, who just left Japan, resigned from his post. Rahm Emanuel will be back in the administration. Like, so this is going to be, it would be like the evil, dark version of the Justice League. You know, I'm now at this point where I have chosen a side and I am pulling for Trump. Like, I know he's got baggage and I know he's basically running for president for 2 separate countries. I get all that, but I'm pulling for the guy because I can't live with another 4 years of that crew making decisions in Washington. Can't do it. And I'm concerned about Trump. I watch him with Theo Vaughn. He looks old. He looks old. He feels old. He feels like a grandfather. And maybe that's a better version of Trump. I don't know. Shout out to Theo Vaughn for getting the interview. Apparently, Barron Trump is getting them on all these Gen Z podcasts and streams. Hey, Dad, go do this. Dad, go do this. God, thank God he doesn't have Ivanka around. At least he's got this kid who kind of knows what's up. Let's see. So yeah, Mercury retrograde, sextile Mars, sextile Jupiter. Did I talk about this before? Go back and find something you loved. Go back and find something you loved. Resurrect it. Resurrect and say, you know, I loved doing this when I was young. I want to do it again. Within reason, some things you just can't do. You can't live in the past, but there are some things. I don't know, maybe you liked working with pastels or something. You know? Maybe you want to become a Da Vinci of the Etch-a-Sketch. If you can find one. I think we're due for an Etch-a-Sketch revival. Haven't seen it. You can be the vanguard. So just, you know, that's the drift. That is the drift. Find something you love, go back, find it, do it, enjoy it, resurrect it. I also feel like this Mercury retrograde in Leo is all about state of mind as well. You know, it's one of the reasons why I'm not dealing with this bullshit on TV. Squaring Uranus, oh my God. You know, I could only be so reactionary or contrarian. I have to watch those tendencies. But that's in the air, right? I think we're about at peak rash decision. Maybe over the next couple of days, watch your rash decisions. And here, I'll throw this in, which I didn't talk about yesterday. Talk to people. Talk to people you trust and get their opinion before you do something. This Virgo, Pluto trine, Uranus trine right here, that's good. It's good. Talk to people you trust before you do something. The moon is in Aries, so we want it now. It's like, come on, we want it now. Serve it up. Serve it up. There's a conjunction. It's wide with Neptune, but it's also conjunct the true node. So this would be going back to the solar eclipse territory from April. So this is the solar eclipse territory from April, right there, right there. So whatever was kind of going on in your life around the eclipse, this lunar energy has the ability for it to show up in a way, right? I think the moon animates. You know what I mean? The sun illuminates, the moon animates. So it's sort of like the movie. So the movie of the eclipse is about to begin. What else? The Venus-Neptune opposition is coming into play. We'll talk more about that on Sunday night, and I think that's a significant opposition, just in terms of the big wide world. I think it's very significant, especially as Venus gets closer and closer to Juno. All right, we are pressed for time. I'm so sorry today, and I'm not sorry because you guys are interesting. You're very interesting. But let's check out. Let me get the banner on, and we'll do kind of a blitz through our star of the day. Let's see, where's the old banner right there? And I got an email. I got a text from Chris yesterday, and he just wanted to say thanks. Whoops. He wanted to say thanks for to everybody who has supported him and purchased some of the best CBD on the internet. Yeah. So there you go. Shout out from Chris, and you know the drill, right? $100 or more, 15 MINS, and you get these are 2 samples of the goodie bag. This is good, very good. Trust me, good. You will not be disappointed. Very good. And then who knows what else will throw in there? $150 or more, get you free shipping. And there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee. TrueHempScience.com, your one-stop shop for all things CBD, organic CBD. All right, let's talk Tori Amos. When I was a journalist, Tori Amos had a new record out. And I was in a relationship at the time, and I thought that my girlfriend might appreciate going to a Tori Amos concert. Yes, that Libra does kick in from time to time. So I got tickets. I had no idea what to expect with Tori Amos. I'd seen some videos. I'd seen that she was, kind of strikingly beautiful in a kind of an earthly way. And then I saw the concert and I was fucking floored. I have to say, it was one of the best concerts I've ever seen. And so she had a really tight band. She didn't really stop and talk a lot between songs. She would say something every now and then. But from start to finish, it was like a journey on the ocean. It was like a voyage. It was like an oceanic voyage. And it was like waves cresting up and down and up and down, and these crescendos and, the whispers, and like, whoa, what the fuck? This is kind of amazing. And then this, right? She did this. She's playing, keyboard and piano simultaneously. And I'm like, that's some Prince territory, right? So I know her chart. I've seen her chart before. And I think it's a very interesting chart. So first of all, let's talk about the waves. Neptune, she's also very witchy, apparently. I can see this with this chart. Scorpio rising, Neptune in Scorpio, Black Moon Lilith, 12th house. She's in the witchy poo zone there, right? 28 Scorpio rising. That's the same degree as Mara. So I can see why I vibe with her, because I'm in her chart. My sun is conjunct Mercury. We have conjunct moons. My Venus is conjunct Mars. So I mean, Tori Amos, right? My true node's in her 8th house. Uranus, Pluto on the midheaven, and I feel like that's where that's what you get. When she performs live, you're getting Uranus and Pluto. You're getting these kind of mythical, archetypal energies. I do not use the word lightly, but this woman channels. And she's not channeling any entities. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she is. Maybe she's got Rachmaninoff running through her veins. But she channels something. Like, whoa. Like, very profound. If you've never seen her, I don't know what she's doing these days. She just turned 60 today, or 61. So she's no spring chicken. She moved to England, and that's the Sun-Venus conjunction in her 9th house. She lives in England. She probably has more than one residence. But, the Sun and Venus, and I think she's married to a sound designer. So that's a good relationship, right? She plays, he designs. Copacetic. Jupiter in the 5th house. I think Tori's a little randy. She dated Neil Gaiman for a while. And who knows who else, right? True node in Cancer in the 8th. Again, I think that's kind of witchy poo. The 8th house, Cancer, cauldrons, brews, things like that. Great attention to detail with Virgo, Mercury in Virgo, and it's conjunct Pallas. I think she's probably at a certain point well aware of musical trends, but doesn't really adhere to them. And her Virgo is unusual, right? It's kind of in a singleton zone. What do we have here? Is that a biquintile, semisextile, right? There's not a lot going on up here. So a lot of one of the things you don't really get from Tori Amos is interviews. You don't really know who she is. I mean, I'm sure if I, crawled around the internet, I'd find something. But it's not like Lady Gaga. Like Lady Gaga never met a microphone she didn't like. You don't get that with Tori Amos. By the way, Lady Gaga feels like a pale imitation of Tori Amos, and not even half the talent. And I think you can see, and I'm just kind of projecting into this, right? I think you can see the dedication and the discipline that you have to have in order to get to this place, right? Moon trine Saturn, Ceres trine Saturn, Mars trine Saturn, even Vesta, like having the long view, the long picture, right? Putting in hours and studying the piano when she's a kid and, reading Anne Sexton or whatever, right? Like you can see this in her chart. And I also feel like the Jupiter Sun trine is also a really big deal through performance. And Jupiter, this is performance down here, the fifth house, right? It's Leo, performance. And she taps into something, she taps into the thing, whatever the thing is that is fueling her performance, she taps into it. And the other thing too is like I always felt like her chart was a lot like this, right? She's got this zigzag chart and she's got elements up here and elements down here, and this part represents this part, and this part represents this part. That's why I chose this image, because I think it illustrates the chart. Is Tori Amos perfect? No. She's not perfect. Not perfect. I do think at times, I'll say this, I think she does struggle with mental health, whatever we call mental health. I think there are times where, the ship is taking on water, right? I would say elementally, she's pretty balanced. Jupiter fire, Sun fire, Venus fire. She's got a fair amount of air coming in from Libra, a fair amount of earth, and all that water. So even though she zigzags and kind of moves back and forth, this is a person who's managed to hold it together. And again, she might be fucking evil. I don't know, right? I mean, I could speculate. I'm sure I could speculate. I'd say the biggest issues with Tori Amos would be her father. Saturn in the third house, the father's like an older brother, and there's especially in Aquarius. Who's the father? Who's the father? Who's your daddy, Tori? Is it really your daddy? There's your THS start of the day. All right, I got to go. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. And David, whatever you're going through, man, a lot of people love you. You know that. All you got to do is just be humble and surrender and let go and let God, and you will not go wrong in your life. All right, Robert Phoenix signing off. Don't forget.